Junkies.
Let's talk about Eternals as the movie itself. In general, let me ask everybody on the panel right now, would we all be in consensus to say that Eternals was good but not great?
Yeah. Yes. And to answer Hannah Omega's question real quick, yes, I believe it probably would have been better because they would have been able to stretch out stuff, have all the exposition that they wanted to for each character.
Here's the problem. None of them are that interesting.
And that's I understand that problem. But good writers can make people interesting.
Good writers could do that, but here's
to be interesting.
No, hold on a second.
Look at.
Hold on a second, man. Hold on.
No, go ahead.
GQ.
No, finish what you're saying.
Oh no, I couldn't honestly hear him. Hold on.
Oh.
No, go.
Well, no. Here's why. Look at the stuff that has series on Disney Plus. Loki.
Yeah.
You can print money with that dude. Like, everybody loves that guy. WandaVision, already invested in the characters because people like them from Infinity War and blah, blah, blah. Captain America Winter Soldier. You've already got characters that you're familiar with. You throw Eternals on as a series, people that are subscribed will watch it, but it ain't going to be one that people are going to be banging down the doors waiting for episode per episode per episode.
I'm not trying to get off topic, but we're saying that you think that's going to be with her.
What was that?
Wait,
anyway,
Did you eat some sour candy or something?
Yeah, I ate sour candy. You think that's going to be the same thing with Moon Knight?
I don't know.
Honestly, that's a good question.
It depends on how they bring it around.
That's a really good question, though.
So the sour challenge didn't affect you last week, but it's affected you this week.
It showed up got you now.
This man stopped mid-syllable. Couldn't even get it around.
I didn't have it watermelon last time.
All right, we clipping that one. All right, go ahead, Fallen. Go ahead, Fallen.
Like literally, somebody clip that. That's gonna go on the TikTok later on.
Yeah, go ahead, Fallen.
Go ahead, Fallen, man.
No, God, made me lose my train of thought.
No. I mean, so basically, we were just saying that Eternals was good, but it wasn't great. And I think part of the problem with it, part of the problem to me, is I went in there with no preconceived notions. I was, very open minded, and I kind of liked it, but it suffered the same issue that I think Snyder's Justice League did, especially with Icarus. Being almost like, and Chloe Zhao even said this, that she patterned her Icarus very heavily off of Cavill's Superman from Man of Steel and from Snyder's Justice League.
But Icarus is basically Superman.
He is basically Superman, and just like that version of Superman, I didn't like him. Like, dude, he's not a likable guy.
You didn't like him. You be riding hard. No. You be riding die for Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was a good movie.
Okay.
But
allegedly.
But shut up. But what I'm saying is that Icarus as a character, I just even in Batman v Superman, you didn't like Superman.
Okay, but here's the thing.
You didn't.
I mean,
how can you understand why you don't like Icarus and Superman is the exact same thing?
Wonder Woman?
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Nobody was likable. Well, okay, nobody was likable in Batman v Superman. In Eternals, at least, Cersei was likable.
I ain't talking about on them. Superman is the exact same character as Icarus, basically, except Icarus, of course, in this instance was. Hold on, where's it at?
All you gotta do is say earmuffs. Earmuffs.
It was evil. So, like, realistically, it's the same character. Ridiculously overpowered, ridiculously boring because of that.
Well, I wouldn't say he was ridiculously overpowered. I mean, because that one scene on the beach, Makari was handing his ass.
But
like that
the beach scene.
And
somebody had said it earlier.
Yeah,
somebody said it earlier in the chat.
That was
that's exactly how it should have been with him trying to hold down Superman when he came back to life. Because he was just sitting there like, none of you guys mean anything. Flash, I can see you. I'm
right.
Like, and again, that's what Superman is. But again, that's also why that character is boring as hell to me. Because it's like, dude, you don't even need the Justice League. They're just there.
Speaking of Justice League, it was very funny that they name dropped like Superman and other DC characters in this movie. I'm just like, wow.
See, this is what's funny is that like there's always been a fairly open appreciation for Superman as a character within the MCU, and Feige is pretty much already proclaimed like his one of his main influence was Richard Donner with the original Superman. So like at that point, it kind of makes sense. And there's actually been arguments in a way, like in regards to that even though like they're the same archetype, there's actually been people. There's actually been like an idea that Captain America has actually been more Superman than Superman in the most recent DC movies.
Somehow.
That's most definitely true in that aspect, but I think you guys are thinking too deep about this. It's a movie that takes place in a world similar to our own.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be Marvel versus DC. There's just going to be DC.
Yep.
So therefore, of course, that's why Superman exists and
Right.
Batman exists, because
Marvel is the universe.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Except for Logan, though, because they had X-Men comics in Logan.
It's because they were based off their adventures.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But hold on, did Marvel write those? I'm trying to remember if they had the Marvel imprint on them or not.
You're gonna have to go back and
We'd
look.
have to go back and look at that.
I couldn't remember, but
Oh, wow.
obviously just
Wolverine
whatever.
Solid X, you ain't shit, man. You ain't shit, Wolf. You ain't shit.
Superman barring X-Men
You
also.
ain't shit.
Right.
You ain't shit, man.
Hey,
we all
we
know
we
that
gonna talk about that one.
Oh, yeah, we definitely
We're
will.
gonna talk about that one
Come on.
at a future.
Yeah, certain
in a future
certain episodes of that Superman show were amazing, though,
Yeah.
without a doubt. When Turpin
Oh.
got it,
Was that Justice League or Superman? Where Superman said, "You know what? He what do you call it when you let loose on a freaking dark side?"
that was Justice League.
That was
Yeah,
Justice
that was
League.
Justice League.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
that was
Justice
last
League
episode.
series.
That was like one of the last episodes of Justice League. Anyway, so don't want to get off topic.
it was
but-
funny that he picked up the Daily Planet and just slammed it on him now, like the whole planet. Like,
Yeah.
it's like he's like, so
Yeah.
apparently you forgot our last fight. I need to jog your memory. Like this dude is a beast. Darkseid is so freaking awesome. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, so Eternals as a film, the ensemble cast was really well done. Kumail Nanjiani was awesome. I thought.
Yeah, he was my
Brian
favorite.
Tyree,
Yeah, second favorite.
Brian Tyree Henry as Fastos was
Your
great.
twin
And
brother.
yes, can we agree that Head of Omega was like, can we agree that Fastos is the greatest,
Smartest
is the
scientist.
smartest scientist in the MCU? Sure. I mean, sure.
Till he gave up.
We haven't
Absolutely.
seen anybody else do anything like him. So
in the
sure.
MCU,
Yeah, till he gave up. He gave up because he didn't want to help no more because that nuclear the bomb.
Oh yeah, the H bomb, Hiroshima. Yeah. So the whole thing with the characters were pretty good. Gilgamesh, great character. Don Lee did his thing. I thought it was
Gilgamesh was my favorite.
Gilgamesh was great.
Gosh. And see, the thing is, I'm sitting in the theater, and I didn't say this to my wife when we were sitting there, but I thought in my head I was going to say it to her. I was like, they bet not kill him.
And showing up.
And I was like, you motherfuckers.
you knew they was gonna kill him.
Yeah, because
That's the worst part,
I
though.
started liking him.
It was funny. People behind me though, they was like, "Is that Wong?" I'm
Every Asian looks alike,
like, dude.
Wrong, for real.
No, for a split second, he looked a lot like him.
He does look like him.
being related to Benedict Wong, dude.
Yeah. No, he could. He could. Windex 121. What's up, man? So, honestly, the other thing is Angelina Jolie was like the big name star in this film. She didn't really do anything.
No, I like what they did with her.
I like what they did with her
because
Same.
I like that, essentially it was like she was, and what I also liked is how it ties into mythology in a lot of different ways. And it's like, okay, these characters have been around so long. Yeah, the Greek, the various mythologies of our human existence could be based on them. So I liked seeing that, she was the one that retained memories of their past lives. Oh, I'm sorry.
All you gotta do is say earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Retain memories of their past lives, and it was kind of driving her crazy. And it also just seemed like it was just like a bloodlust, and you're like, look, you're the goddess of war, basically. So you like fighting, and you want to go crazy. That's what I like how they played up. Like, is that what it is,
Right.
or is it something else?
Now, speaking of Thena and how she was handled, I think that's how. Drop the A. Make sure you don't drop the A.
Yes.
The thing about Thena and really all the Eternals in story-wise are the themes that were touched on about what does it mean to be alive, because the Eternals, as they said, Arishem was a very menacing celestial. Let's get that out the way. Like, what the hell, man? I did not expect that from that guy. I thought the Celestials, or at least Arishem, was kind of going to be hands-off. No, that dude was front and
It's
center.
kind of, you know what, Arishem was kind of interesting because it's like he was. I mean, obviously he was obviously he's a threat, like to say the least. But it's kind of crazy because I didn't find him menacing as much as he is supposed to be, like this benevolent presence,
Right?
Because he's essentially a force of nature.
Yeah,
But who said he was
it's
benevolent,
like,
though?
I don't know, like.
because we never really seen the Celestials do anything this direct.
don't.
Are you
Now-
sure?
Now
Yeah,
that
in the
part at
comics, we
end-
haven't seen that. Not that I know of.
Now
Okay,
that part
well-
at the end, though.
When that dude ran up on Earth, was like, "Yeah, let me yank y'all asses right
No.
on."
I get that, but hold on. I'm
That shit was
gonna take you back to a little movie in Phase 2 called Guardians of the Galaxy when the Beyond. I'm not the Beyonder. The Collector was telling them a story of the Infinity Stones, Power Stone specifically. And it was a Celestial that took the Power Stone and like wiped out an entire civilization by touching the damn staff to the planet's surface. Celestials are not all benevolent.
Yeah, because they were inside of a head of a dead Celestial.
Yeah.
And they, spoiler alert, killed the one in this movie. But that also gives me questions because two things. First off, how in the heck is Ego a Celestial? And he said he had never met anybody like him. That didn't make any sense to me.
Well, okay,
And second off,
Maybe he wasn't looking.
and second off, why would he put his seed on a planet that a seed was already there?
See, yeah, there's a
That's
lot.
a good
There's a lot
question.
of questions about that because in the comics, Eagle was never
He wasn't
considered to be a
Celestial.
Celestial at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were kind of like
He's
mixing
probably like
terms a little
he
bit.
Probably just
Well,
fancied
small G,
himself
son,
as a
small G.
Celestial.
He probably
He
did,
said
but
small
you know,
G.
you could think of the theory that maybe the Celestials did plant a seed in
And
that
brought
planet.
up a really good thing. Eagle claimed the title without knowing anything about the real ones.
True. So here's the thing: that the Celestials could have planted one of their seeds into that planet, and it got corrupted somehow. I mean, that.
Wait,
that's
you
only explanation.
you're talking about
This is all speculation.
Ego's planning.
Yeah, this is all speculation. I have no proof of that.
Because I did see
Ego was going around the universe doing that himself, though.
Yeah, but
He was.
because he was doing the same thing that they're doing. So maybe he is a Celestial and he's planting his seeds the exact same way Celestials plant a seed. But why would you double seed? Like, wouldn't they not?
I
know?
mean,
I
no.
the way Ego, I think the way Ego's was is that it wasn't necessarily that. Basically, what he was planning was to just terraform the galaxy, essentially, to his image. It wasn't like the same way as in this movie, where it's literally the birth of a Celestial, which is like a whole different type of concept in general. Because again, it's like the way they set it up. The only way you could give life to a Celestial is the Earth has to
To basically die.
thrive to its fullest potential.
Yeah.
And it's like once that's done, boom goes the dynamite, and that supposedly causes this other chain reaction in other parts of the galaxy. So, you know, I just think that like in comparison, like Ego's like whole thing was just really just kind of like this really surface level thing, whatever. It's like I want to create the universe in my image, and you
Then
know,
that makes me have another question because the chat brought up Galactus, right? And okay, so he's going to show up in the MCU.
Hopefully he won't be a cloud.
But the
better
the
not
question
be no
is
damn cloud,
the
I
question
swear.
is like if Galactus is not a Celestial, which
He's
I don't
not.
think he is.
He's not.
He goes around eating
Planets.
Celestials.
No,
Planets.
he goes around eating planets.
Then why would he?
He's a
eat Earth?
devourer of worlds. Huh?
Why would he go eat Earth? There's a Celestial in the planet.
No, he was going to eat
He
Earth.
was
The
gonna
Silver
eat Earth.
Surfer, like, actually was kind of like took him off the path. It was like
Well, in that one, I'm talking
of
about
course,
like
obviously,
now
you know,
because like
Imperials.
okay, so if that Celestial's dead or asleep, somebody says he's not dead, he's asleep, and Galactus is going to show up. What's the point?
There's a lot of things we can talk about with that. Like
Yeah, I mean,
the whole dead Celestial just hanging out in the middle of the fucking ocean.
Somebody said that.
Like what?
Somebody said that's going to be Genosha.
That would be
no.
that'd be hilarious.
That-
Either that- hey, I mean, yeah, you
that
know, all
would
it
be
is-
kind of cool if that winds up being the case.
It's,
though, 'cause
it's
something
just
else.
it's just a new Easter Island head. That's all. There you go.
I mean, that's the biggest Easter Island head we've ever seen. Like for real.
John never apologized for asking questions. Ask as much as you want to ask.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Silver Surfer was not originally from Earth, though.
Yeah. In fact, we have a whole segment that's getting ready to come up talking about that. But I know the producer said she crafted something. She wanted to show it off, and she hasn't dared to show it off yet. I don't know. It's just she says some nonsense. Like the first thing she said to me when she saw me today is she's like,
separated at birth, man.
It's separated at birth. She's like, Fastos, and I'm like, come on, man. Do y'all see the resemblance here?
Oh, it's about to be.
I mean, I don't know.
If she can get it up there,
Do you guys think he looks like Fastos? I mean, I wasn't the only one.
Well, no, go ahead.
Show the picture.
Show the picture.
Here, let me pull it up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because I don't know. What do you guys? Nope, that's not it. What do you guys think? I mean,
there you go. Transition.
Come on, right here.
Boom.
Chad, tell me, do you guys see him?
If you look up the Eternals cast on Google, the picture that they have for him looks 100%.
Can you do that face? Yeah. Can you just at least try to
do the face? Oh,
Windex, Insidious.
Just turn your head a little bit and look to the.
You serious, bro?
Marcus A64 checking in. Yep. Yeah. Pretty much.
That's yeah, no, man. All right,
hey, at least you have you got yourself a famous doppelganger.
I have two of them apparently. Daniel Kaluuya is another one.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
I did. I actually did.
Yeah,
producer said that.
Yeah.
She was like, apparently all of us.
I remember Ken from high school. From high school. So.
Okay.
So
hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.